Welcome to Dead Type the Odds. It is September 19th, 2024. I'm Dennis Tresca, and I'm here by myself. Okay, so we got to do this one a little bit differently this week, folks. A lot of stuff going on. Got a couple people going out of town. Work's been crazy. We have a lot of kid stuff, so we're not able to all meet at the same time. Sorry about that. I know that's always a lot more fun when we're sitting together, having a couple drinks, but this week, we're going to kind of try to piece it together a little bit. We still have some bets we'd like to look at. We're still going to get our bets in because guess what? We're coming off a really good weekend. That's right. For the first time this year, we finished up on a weekend. We adjusted our strategy. As you know, we went to straight bets, and we came out on top. We went 3-2 on our straight bets. We're up about a little less than $9, but hey, baby steps here, right? We're not going to do this thing in one night. We got to slowly build. And as we build, we can start betting more and hopefully get to that $10,000. So, all right. So keeping track of our bets this last weekend, the three of us came with the bets that we wanted to bring up. I went 3-3, which is actually my best week so far. Aaron went 5-2. Sean went a perfect 6-0. I'll tell you what, Sean is on a heater right now. So definitely listening to him a little more as we move forward. Hopefully we all start catching some of that fire. And we can keep this thing going. All right. So here's how it's going to go. I'm going to go over my college and NFL bets. Then I'm going to hand it off. Aaron will pop in, Sean will pop in, and then I'll wrap it up and let you guys know what we've all decided offline to be our podcast bets of the week. Okay. All right. Without further ado, here are my bets. So first, we're going to start with college. I really like that Illinois at Nebraska game. The over is 42.5. I think they're going to hit it. All right. On paper, this game looks like it might be a snoozer. Both teams allow less than 10 points per game, but on the other side of the ball, both teams are averaging over 30 points per game. So while the defensive numbers are flashy, neither team is really facing offensive juggernaut. And all due respect to Colorado, but their offensive line is shit. It really knocks them down a notch, okay? I don't think this game's going to be a shootout by any means, but something like 27-20, I could see that happening. That's more than enough to hit the over. So I'm confident on the over on this one. Next game I'm looking at, Bowling Green plus 22.5 at Texas A&M. Let's not get carried away here. I'd be ridiculous if I thought Texas A&M was going to lose to Bowling Green, but Falcons are a veteran squad, and they did give Penn State all they can handle a couple weeks ago. So A&M is 5-7 in the last 12 games as a 20-plus point favorite, while Bowling Green, they're 5-1-1 in their last 7 when the odds makers are giving them 20 or more points. So I think this game stays interesting for 3 quarters, but in the end, Texas A&M pulls away a little bit. They're going to stay within the spread. I think it's going to be something like a 31-16 game. Bowling Green covers. My last college game this week, going back to the well, as our boy Aaron likes to say, I like that Ole Miss game. All right, so Georgia Southern at Ole Miss over 65.5. Rebels have been amazing this season. They're averaging 56 points a game. They've not given up a touchdown to any of their 3 opponents yet. But Georgia Southern has a really good offense as well. They're averaging just under 36 points per game. They should be able to score at least a few times. And we just need Ole Miss to play to their season average to hit this comfortably. So I see like a Ole Miss winning this 59-20, something like that, which would far exceed the over. So those are my 3 college bets. Looking over at the NFL side, Thursday night game, it's actually tonight. I like that New England at New York Jets, the under at 39.5. It's going to be a boring game. It's always a low-scoring affair when these two teams play. You add in Aaron Rodgers, who's looked like a pedestrian at best this year. The Jets O-line is struggling. They're already playing twice on the road in short week and now at home on a Thursday. And I think this is going to be under 40 points. New York Jets are 11-6 to the under at home since the start of 2022. And their last 8 meetings have closed at 39 points and have averaged 36.7 points. So this total isn't out of order, especially in a short week. Both offenses are limited. The Pats are playing really good defense. The series is 10-4 to the under since 2017 with an average total of 37.5. It's going to be a lot of running plays. Stick to the under. Next game, I like Denver at Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay to cover at -6.5. Broncos are a desperate 0-2 team that's been competitive in both of their losses, but they've lost by 6 and 7. While the Bucs are actually pretty fortunate to be up or to be 2-0 this year after being dominated yardage-wise at Detroit. But still, I love this matchup for Todd Bowles blitzing defenses versus a very bad Bo Nix. He's not good, folks. Broncos right tackle Mike McGlinchey's he's out due to an MCL injury. His backups are shaky at best. This is a Denver offense that's averaged 2.8 yards per play in the first three quarters before defenses moved into a less aggressive mode. Denver also could be down two key defenders into a, it's just going to be bad. I'm not even going to go any further. I've said enough. Take Tampa Bay -6.5. Too many notes here. All right. So the last game, which is also my buckets of cash for the week, Carolina at Las Vegas. Las Vegas is only favored to win -6.5. It's crazy. I'm jumping all over that. We obviously want that line under a touchdown. Panthers are the worst team in football. Sorry, Aaron. And the guy they hired as head coach is totally overwhelmed and has no idea what's going on. Has not been able to prepare this team to play or put together a decent game plan for this second-year quarterback, Bryce Young, who's somehow regressing from a brutal rookie season, right? Raiders are 8-2-1 against the spread under Antonio Pierce. Yes, that Antonio Pierce. Fuck that guy. You ruined my Sun Devils for a few years. I'll never forgive him. Anyways, he's actually doing a pretty good job. The D-line is, they're just going to destroy that Carolina offensive line. They have legit matchup problems at wide receiver and tight end. And the Raiders have now allowed only 17 points per game under Pierce. So Carolina has led for 9 whole seconds over its last 10 games. Plays with no confidence and has a -60 scoring differential already through 2 weeks. Jump on this, throw your cash at Las Vegas -6.5. All right, that's it for my bets, guys. I'm going to hand it over to Aaron, and he is going to give you his bets for the week.
Thanks, Dennis. Welcome back, everybody. Aaron here. We got a little bit of a wonky format this week just due to logistics and everybody being all over the place and travel and things, but it's not going to stop us from bringing you guys an episode of Dancing with the Odds and giving you the content that you totally deserve. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into my picks here this week. I'm going to start off with college. We got USC -5.5 at Michigan. Michigan almost allowed a late game comeback against Arkansas State last week. The week before that, they got dismantled by Texas. USC is off last week, so they've got an extra week to prepare. Davis Warren, Michigan's quarterback, he's not good. 2 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. USC has a great defense. They're going to find a way to get those turnovers. USC held Utah State 2 weeks ago, to 87 yards rushing. So the strength of the Michigan offense, that rushing, is going to be tested. I don't see Michigan coming out and doing very much in this game. USC at 5.5-point favorites. I feel like they're going to cover easily on that game. Another game that I really liked was the Texas UL Monroe game. Texas has a really good offense. I'm not going for the full game. I'm going for the first half. Texas is 25.5-point favorites in that first half. I think Texas is going to get off to a hot start. They got off to a hot start against UTSA. They got off to a hot start against Colorado State. Both of those games, they were 28 points plus before halftime, or at halftime rather. So I think Texas is going to come out of the gates. Doesn't matter which quarterback it is, Arch Manning, Quinn Ewers, doesn't matter. They're going to score some points, and I feel like they're going to have at least 26 points on the board before halftime. Jumping into, and I'm doing it a little different. Since we've got this different format here, I'm not going to throw a bunch of different picks at the wall right now. We're just going to do a couple just to get you guys some content here and see what we're looking at. Now into the NFL. I'm a big Carolina Panthers fan. It's a rough year. It's been rough years. With that, I'm taking Vegas, 5.5-point favorites at home against Carolina. There's really not much to say here. Carolina's bad. They're going with Andy Dalton. They benched Bryce Young, but neither one of those players play defense, and they've given up 73 points in 2 games. They're going to score some more points, but they're not going to score enough points. They don't have a defense that's going to stop Vegas, who just ended up beating Baltimore last week. I see Vegas covering 5.5 easy. In fact, I think they're going to win by 10 plus points in this game. Then we got New Orleans, 2.5 point favorite at Philadelphia. The Saints are scoring at an alarming rate. They went to Dallas. They dismantled Dallas at home. They played Carolina at home first game of the year, and they put up 40-some points on them. New Orleans can score. Derek Carr is clicking with those receivers. This offense is going to be problems in the NFC. Philadelphia's defense is very similar to the Cowboys' defense. So I see Derek Carr and company continuing this hot streak that they've got going on the offensive side of the ball. I see them winning easily by at least a field goal, probably more. Those are the picks that I had, college and NFL. Just remember, like, subscribe, tell us what you think, interact with us. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sean. Thanks, guys.
Evening, everyone. Sean here, giving you my bets for this week. Sorry we couldn't all meet up in person. Just busy things going on. Got some folks leaving town. But for college this week, got a couple bets that I really like and that stood out to me. So first of all, I like Ohio versus Kentucky. I like Ohio scoring more than 10.5 in this game. This is a stat line they've hit in each of their last 10 games. And Kentucky's really underwhelmed me overall in their past couple games as well. So I could see Ohio scoring easily 13, 16 points in this game and covering that number. So I like them at over 10.5 for the game. And then I've also got Arkansas State plus 21.5 against Iowa State in Ames. Iowa State is ranked. They did beat Iowa, but Arkansas State's a tough team, and they did play and only lose to Michigan by 10 in Ann Arbor. And so I could see Arkansas State coming in and kind of making some noise against Iowa State. And so that'd be my second game there. My pro games, I've got Green Bay with over the stat lines actually moved, or the lines actually moved up to 18.5, depending, I think, upon whether or not Jordan Love plays. So it might be worthwhile to hold off closer to game time to see if Love's actually playing or not. But they initially started at 16.5. If Love plays, I see them easily covering that. But even at 18.5, I could see them covering that against the Titans. And so, and then last but not least, I have got the Los Angeles Rams +7 against the 49ers. Again, this +7 is something that the Rams have covered consistently in their last 10 games as well. San Francisco's reeling from injuries with Deebo Samuel maybe out this next game, and for sure McCaffrey being out this next game. And so I could see the Rams keeping it close, probably within a field goal. I don't necessarily think they'll win, but I think it'll be close, and they could pull off the victory as well. So who knows? But those are my games. I'll probably parlay all four of mine. Since I was 6-0 last week, I might as well just try to parlay them all four together and see what happens. But we'll see what the guys think and come together and come up with our bet lines for y'all, and hopefully we can help everyone and not only ourselves make a little extra cash this weekend, but make the games a little bit more interesting and fun. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you together as a group here next time, and hopefully we feeling really good after this weekend's over, after we make a little money. So cheers, thanks.
All right. Great stuff, guys. Thank you for sharing your bets. We have since all got together and talked through these bets. A lot of chat happens between the three of us. So we do think we came up with a good slate of where to put our money this week. So going with the straight bets, we've all agreed for college side, we're going to go with the Georgia Southern at Ole Miss over 65.5. We also like Aaron's bet, USC -5.5 at Michigan. So those are our two college bets. On the NFL side, Aaron also jumped on the Carolina thing, right? Even though that's his team, I think you realize this. They don't have a shot in hell to win this game, right? The line has moved since I shared my bet just a little while ago. It's not even -6.5. It's actually -5.5. So we like it even more. So we're taking that Vegas to cover -5.5 versus Carolina. And the last bet, one of Sean's bets, Green Bay over 16.5 team total versus Tennessee. Love might even be back. So we really like this one. Either way, if Love is back, we like it more. So we will be placing those bets legally in Iowa today. This is usually where Aaron says, disclaimer. And we'll get those in and then we'll start sharing it on socials. Let's get this money. Let's make it 2 weeks in a row. We'll probably throw some kind of parlay together too, just as kind of a bonus bet on the side. We'll let you guys know via socials how that goes. But anyway, thank you for bearing with us this week. It's been a little weird, but we wanted to get this content out. We really enjoy doing this, and we really enjoy engaging with all of you via socials. Please keep doing it. If you haven't done it already, please hit that subscribe button. Again, we are trying to get the subscriptions up to 1,000 by the end of the year. We're not even at 100 yet, right? But we're aiming high. We're aiming for these lofty goals, just like $10,000. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next week.